Okay, here we go. The Ben and Mikey Show.
He's about to get crazy and wild. Stay for a while. Don't touch your radio dial.
Ben and Mikey Show.
Kicking it back, sports talk. Listen to that and stay tuned for some giggles and laughs. Go.
Here's the snap for Brady. Fakes to Fournette. He throws. It's caught. It's in for the touchdown. Incredible. Tampa Bay takes it 60 yards.
Welcome to the Planet Mikey Show.
Brady. What's the big deal with him? I mean, so what?
Well, I saw that, and I wondered if you had bet anything this weekend, and perhaps you bet on that team.
Don't even ask me right now because I'm very happy now. I don't want to be made sad.
Oh, sorry.
I'll tell you about it during the commercial that we do for the betting website.
Okay.
Which is coming up pretty soon.
BetOnline.ag.
By the way, the intro to this is outdated. Don't touch the radio dial. I haven't been on the radio in 6 fucking years. Actually, no, that's not true. I was on the Pike a couple years ago.
So let me edit that out, the radio dial. I can take that out.
No. I think Mike Casano, he's the drummer that did that theme song. He's a great guy, too, by the way.
So should I call him and tell him he made a mistake?
He probably thought I was still on the radio because when he did that, I was on the radio. Now I'm not on the radio.
So kind to do this. A great intro.
Speaking of which, I listened to Mistress Carrie for 4 minutes on the way in.
Hold on. What did she say?
She said nothing worth a shit. She's mailing it in. It's like no question about it. I wonder if Bob Goodell, the general manager over there at the Pike, who fired me. I always like to mention people who fire me because there are so many of them.
Well,
but she's mailing it in.
All those chances for a comeback.
They play 300 songs. That's it. The same 300 songs when I was working there. It's like the whole thing about album rock or classic rock is that there's a million songs you can play that are all valid. Why play only 300 of them? Why can't you just get involved in some other tunes and spread out because it costs them money. That's why they're cheap.
I'll bet there's been a ton of research into that playlist and at great expense.
Yeah.
And it's researched
to
the nth degree.
Yeah. I don't believe in it. I think the people that like rock and roll, they want to hear all the cuts by the Who that are valid. Not just Baba O'Reilly.
Yeah, play me some Boris the Spider, bitch.
Well, play them all. Play the good stuff, man.
Wow.
The Allman Brothers, they played 2 tunes, but this is ridiculous.
We used to do that at ZLX. We would break all the rules like that. And I'd get scolded all the time by management.
Yeah.
That's obscure. People don't like obscure songs. And it's only because he particularly didn't know that.
That's exactly right.
But the audience dug it. They all knew.
Now, I know that, Chuck Perks is under certain restrictions.
Yep.
He can't go out and play every record because it costs. They have to pay more.
Again, Chuck Perks, great guy.
Yeah, great guy. Yeah. But guess what? The station sounds tired to me. I listen to it. It's the same freaking song. And Mistress Carrie she goes, okay, song. And she goes, hi, it's Mistress Carrie on the Pike, Worcester's Rock Station. And it's like she doesn't give a shit. I can tell. And it's too bad.
Maybe she's having a bad day.
She had a bad day.
She sounded exactly like that last time I heard her, too.
A bad week.
Was it a replay? Were they playing a best of?
That's the saddest part about it was yes. No, I don't know. Anyway, who am I to comment on radio when all I was in my radio career was 5 times a morning drive guy, 6 times an afternoon drive guy, 3 times a program director, and once, twice, 3 times a lady.
And now you complain about the word radio in your opening theme song.
And I love you. Anyway, this is the 201st episode of the Planet Mikey podcast. Bill Smith.
Thank you.
He's the handsome guy in the red tinted shirt.
Yeah.
And Ben Kitchen over here, who's looking like, a Gen Zer. What did we say you were?
I guess I'm technically a millennial.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to research it.
I don't want to be, though.
We're fine. And we got to get Christian Arcand on. He got blown out by 98.5. Speaking of radio,
I like Arcand.
I
good dude.
He's a good guy, and I kept telling when I was at EEI in the night show, we had Chris, what's his name?
Villani.
Yep.
Good
nice
dude.
guy, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I kept telling him Arcand's good. We got to get him in here more. And then he goes to 98.5, and Mutt's still there. I mean, and Mutt blows. Oh. I mean, he's the worst. Oh. So they bypass Arcand. They fire me, all in favor of Mutt? Are you shitting me?
Oh. Sorry, Mutt.
Sorry.
Sorry, Mutt. He's on a rant, Mutt.
Yeah, Mutt, I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. And GFY.
We're sorry, Matt.
Seriously, go fuck yourself. We have. What's that ding?
Pay no attention to that
What
dinging.
I got this over here.
It's someone telling me they love me.
What's his name?
Hank.
Hank Philippi Ryan. All right, so now we're back to the show.
Okay.
That's weird. I was just thinking about this.
I got a list here, but
never mind.
No,
Go ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
you go.
I'll bring it up later.
No,
I'll bring it up
care.
later.
I got nothing but time here.
Okay.
Seriously, where am I going to go? Lyft driving?
Did you guys see who the quote-unquote sexiest man of the year is? I think.
Oh,
what,
Chris
People
Evans.
Magazine?
Chris Evans. Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
He's the sexiest man alive. He says, but his life, he's comfortable now. He's happy with his life and how he's living it.
What's he, Captain America?
He lives
Yeah.
here in Sudbury, and a flaming liberal plays Captain America. It's just
Okay.
kind of a little bit of a...
Whoa! You're just calling him a flaming liberal?
That's it.
Yeah, what's sexy
You're
about
friends
that?
with him. You know
A
him.
Democrat, and that's true. He lives in this town.
When he
But
was 13, you knew him.
that being said, he's a pretty good actor. He's not bad.
Personally, with all due respect to you and your friendship with this guy,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about him.
Oh.
All right, with all due respect, I mean, he's Captain America. That's not real. I mean, what do you want from me?
He makes it look real. Nice job.
I just ruined his day. By the way, today is election day.
You ruined his day.
Today, he doesn't listen. By the way, today is election day, a
Yes.
day that a lot of people are like, "Oh wow, election day." Did you vote? I voted.
I did. I voted.
I voted. Did you vote?
Not yet.
Not yet. When are you going to vote?
On my way home.
He says that like I'm expecting. What if this goes till 8:30? The polls are closed.
It's not going to go till 8:30.
I could make it go to 8:30.
I don't know. I heard
Listen.
from a birdie that said,
Hey.
we're going to do this episode
No.
quick. I got to get out of here.
I'll tell you something. If I want to, I can drag out a show. Let me just tell you something. Here's something.
Here we
important.
go. Oh,
shit.
I can make I don't know if you know this, but I can. There's one thing I can do. I can make a show. Have I told you this? I can make a show go really a lot longer than it's supposed to go by doing this. It's like take the silly putty in your hands and stretch it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Stretch it. I learned that
yeah.
at the Connecticut School of
Yeah,
Broadcasting.
good.
Stretch. They say, "Oh, we need to fill some time." Stretch,
From
and then when
Dick
you want to wrap it up,
Robinson's,
you want to
yes.
wrap it up. You do a little bit of this,
Yeah.
and you say, "Oh, segue." Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
So I'm doing it right now. I'm stretching, Ben, the show
Ben.
so that you can't vote. Because I know how you're going to vote.
Do you?
That's right.
I don't think you guys do know how I'm going to
Just
vote.
kidding.
Damn it.
Because I don't know how I'm going to vote
I
yet.
didn't tell you guys this, but I can really make a show longer
Really?
by being redundant and repeating something I already said. For example, have I told you how I can stretch?
You know what pisses me off, though? So I live in Massachusetts.
Yes.
I live on the northern part of Massachusetts.
That's right, Ben.
Close to the New Hampshire border. But I live in Massachusetts. So why the hell, when I'm watching TV, all I see are ads for friggin' Maggie Hassan and Don Bolduc
Right,
and...
'cause you share a common viewing area.
Yep.
Sorry, I don't vote there.
By the way, Maggie Hassan's teeth, what's up with that? They're all free agents. Have you noticed that?
Now I will.
What's up with their teeth?
They're kind of like boys and girls at a 7th grade dance.
They're like, oh, what did you not? Did you come from a family that just wouldn't get you braces, or that couldn't afford braces? Maggie, God damn it! It's like what happens with you? It's terrible.
Sorry, Maggie.
No, you're not.
Not really.
I see. I'm stretching.
You are stretching. Hey, but I have a quiz for you guys.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's
good.
something I came across.
Oh
and
wait, it's election day. We have to finish it. We're
right,
not
go
doing politics today.
all right, go ahead.
All right, I haven't voted yet. Help me.
Okay. In Japan,
Oh, this isn't going to help.
it's Erection Day.
Oh boy. So
Do you know
I
why?
Apologize.
Cause over there they say, "Oh, time to vote, Erection Day," and they go,
Jesus.
"What? What's wrong with that?" Oh man, that's how. You ever talked to a Japanese person?
yeah.
They pronounce their L's like R's. Did you know that?
That is true. Yes.
Like a bunch of losers. No, I'm kidding. I love Japanese people. They're they're beautiful people.
Like
I
in a
do.
Christmas Story?
I love them.
The address is planetmikeypodcast@gmail.com if you have any comments.
But,
that-
the Japanese version of Superman, he falls in love with Lois Lane.
The host, Mike Adams, he's the guy that you want. planetmikeypodcast@gmail.com. That's the place to go. If you want.
Anyway, no, I'm serious when I tell you this. I love Japanese people. They're always nice to me. I think they're all very, very good. And we had, on my TV show, we had that Japanese correspondent who was ended up being a really good friend of mine, One Hung Lo. He was like, great. And we'd bring him on for live reports, and I didn't even speak Japanese. We just let him go, let him talk, you know. Hi, domo. He was really great. Loved him. Okay, so did I talk?
So
I had
when
a list
Mikey
here.
gets
I know.
fired from
So
this
what do we get?
podcast,
You can't get
Bill,
fired. You
what do
can't
we
fire
want-
me.
That's true.
We'll have to take him up to HR.
So I got a list here of all these things I wanted to mention. Christian Arcan, we mentioned him, right?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
He got blown out by 98.5.
Yep,
I'm
that's
stretching. I'm
Yep.
stretching.
Okay, go ahead.
Did I mentioned the fact that Pike plays the same 300 songs,
You said that. Yep.
Yep.
and that Bob Goodell's a fat turd.
Yep.
Did I mention him?
You also said you would be redundant.
Huh? And did you vote? Oh, I did that.
Yes,
Okay, I
yeah,
know.
we did that.
And Ben's the only one that didn't vote.
Not yet.
Are you going down that checklist you have there?
Well, yeah, what I want to do first is get this out of the way because before we do this quiz you have for us, do you have a quiz or
I have
something?
a sports-related quiz.
I will kick the shit out of Ben if it's a. Ooh. But first, I want to mention that we are sponsored by the great scientific doctors, the artists known as Leonard Hair Transplant Associates. With 5. I heard on their commercial on TV they have 6 offices. Did they add one and not tell me? And I know they got 5. They got Braintree, and they got Newton Center, and they got Salem, New Hampshire, and they have
Warwick?
Warwick, Rhode Island, and Boston. So, how many offices do they say that they have on their website here at hairdr.com?
Well, that makes it
Newton,
easier.
Boston, Warwick, Salem, New Hampshire, and Braintree.
But I heard on the commercial, TV, the one with Scalabrini on it,
Yeah.
he said, visit one of our 6 offices. I mean, they either closed one or they didn't add it yet to their website.
Maybe he made a
Anyway.
mistake and it
But
got
here's
by
how-
everybody.
Here's how you find out. You call 1-800-GET-HAIR. Now, why would you call? Maybe you're losing your hair. Maybe you're balding. Maybe you want to have your hair restored to its lustrous, full-bodied situation. And how do you do that? Well, you call 1-800-GET-HAIR. You get a free consultation with the masters of the art. Dr. Matthew Lopresti, Dr. Robert Leonard, at one of their offices at your convenience. And they'll tell you what they can do about fixing your baldness, and it works. How do I know? Because I did it 19 years ago, and my hair is still there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I get women walking up to me saying, you have such beautiful hair. Where'd you get it? I say, Leonard, Hair Transplant Associates.
You know, this is. I'm on their website right now, looking through their testimonials,
Yeah.
and
There's me. Look.
yeah, I gotta call some bullshit.
Uh-oh.
Why did I have to scroll through like 25 people to get to Mike Adams? You were the number 1.
Kevin Chapman. Let's get him in here.
Yeah, but
Kevin
you're
Chapman's
after-
in there.
You're after Josh.
I was their
McBride,
first guy, yeah, I
Jeff
know, I
Gross,
Tom E. Curran. He had a very tiny little bald spot.
Jameson Coyle.
Tom Karen. Anyway, Dr. Leonard and Dr. Matthew Lopresti. Call 1-800-GET-HAIR. Tell them you heard about it on Mikey Adams' podcast on the Planet Mike. Mike, you'd like to have a consultation. Take advantage of that, okay? Then they're good folks. I think I'm highly recommended. Okay, let's we did that. So that's one thing I can cross off the list now.
That was very good.
Okay, hold on. See right there. Look at how I'm checking them off here, right?
One by one.
Let me see. Goodell is a fat turd.
Oh, God.
The other thing is one of our fine sponsors, Joe Fish. I saw a thing on Lenny Clark on Facebook. We had a big night of comedy at Joe Fish in North Andover.
Really?
Jimmy Dietz didn't even tell me they were going to have Johnny Peasy. Johnny, this is kind of the thing. They should have called me, told me we could have promoted it for them.
True. Yep.
But no. I love the 3-pound lobsters at Joe Fish. I'm getting into another commercial without even trying to.
We're getting paid for it.
Speaking of commercials.
Go ahead.
I know because we're going to do a quiz. I know. But there's a couple commercials that bother me. The Relief Factor one with Joe Piscopo playing the drums. It's like,
Hi, everybody.
Joe,
Yeah.
you know, it's time to move on to something different.
I feel so good I can sit down and play drums because of Relief Factor. Finally, the pain is
Look at
gone.
me pretending to have fun with all my bandmates. That's all right. He's the other one I don't like is when they put on the Balance in Nature commercial with Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yes.
and she's talking about how youthful she feels after taking Balance in Nature, but she looks old, man. She looks beat, doesn't she?
But she feels young.
Then they show her hands, and she's got like 85-year-old lady hands with all the veins and everything. That's a bad move on her part.
Definitely haven't seen this commercial.
Oh, that's not a good one. And there's other commercials, as you know, the medicine ones always bother me. The Biktarvy ads, I'm sorry, but I'm just not into that. Watching those, And the other thing is, if it makes you HIV undetectable, Biktarvy. First of all, they're showing these guys kissing, which is, I don't know, whatever. I mean, it's okay if they do that. I don't have a problem with them doing that, but do I have to watch it? Is the question. So
Look away.
So
Avert your eyes.
the bacteria says, well, it makes you undetectable. Well, if you're undetectable with HIV, can you still spread it? Or can they just not find that you have it and blame you for it? I mean, right?
I don't know.
Right.
It's dangerous.
I have no idea. Not a doctor.
That wasn't
Cool,
even
man.
on my list.
But I play one on the podcast.
None of that was on. Did I mention my grandma's coffee cake?
Not yet.
1-800-8-GRANDMA.
They always take care of business. I mean, they're so good. Kathleen over there at my grandma's coffee cake. She sends them out right away, and the people get them right away. They're fresh and they're happy. So I love them as a sponsor.
Would you say that My Grandma's coffee cake would be a perfect Thanksgiving dessert?
Yes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm going to tell you which one too.
Get two
Which one? Oh, yeah.
Pumpkin spice, because it's the Thanksgiving
Yeah.
dinner. So you take a piece of pumpkin spice, my grandma's coffee cake.
You warm it up?
You put it in the microwave for about 15 to 20 seconds.
Okay.
And you put a little scoop of vanilla ice cream on top, or whipped cream,
Yep.
on top of it. And it's like the classic Thanksgiving dessert. And 1-800-8-GRANDMA. Now, don't get that confused with 1-800-GET-HAIR, because you don't want to get hair in your coffee cake, and you don't want coffee cake in your hair.
Or on grandma.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I've got a list going here.
Go ahead. Continue with the list.
I'm organized.
I
You
can
got to
s-
give
I
me a
can
little
see that.
credit. I spent 15, 20 minutes, upwards of 20 minutes doing this.
You are unbelievably prepared for this podcast.
Can you
I must
tell
admit.
how badly Bill wants to get to his quiz, though?
You know how you say, I need to prepare in Spanish?
No.
Necesito preparar. That means I need to prepare.
That
And that's
makes
what
sense.
I did. to
That
get
makes
this.
sense, yeah.
If you say I want to eat, I need to eat, necesito comer.
Yep.
If you say I need to take a dump, no.
What if you? How do you say I need preparation H?
Necesito preparación H por mi culo. For my ass. All right. I know all the bad words in Spanish. Would you like to know a couple of them?
Sure.
Okay. Tell me what you want to say in Spanish that's a swear word. I mean,
Well, what's dickhead?
well, it'd be pinga, cabeza, pinga cabeza.
Was
Cabeza de pinga.
Is there
Head
an
of a-
equivalent, though?
No, there's not. I mean,
Is that a direct
no.
translation?
The verb, well, give me another one. What do you want me to say? Anything.
Jeez, I don't know.
How about my dog is a whore?
My dog is a whore.
Mi perro es una puta.
Puta.
Yeah. Be careful though, because they get their feelings get hurt
Would
really
puta
easily.
be the feminine?
Puta? Well, puta is whore.
Okay.
Yeah.
But puta, what puto?
It's lo mismo con prostituta.
What about puto? What's that?
That's a
There's
gigolo.
Puta and puto. I've heard that first.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
What do you think I am? Some dirtbag swearmonger?
I seem to recall having heard you say you're the smartest man alive.
Sí,
That you have the
claro
answers
que
to
sí.
everything.
Yo sé todo. That means I know everything. Yo sé todo. All right, so let's see how much I know here, because I'm not bragging. I do this. This is kind of a false bravado I do with these contests.
Oh, you're saying you're ready for the quiz?
I mean, I say, oh, you're the smartest man alive. I know everything. I have a little bit of humility. I know almost everything.
I can say from seeing this this quiz I'm about to give you that even I have the answers to some of these things.
All right, let's see.
So if I've got
is
them,
it
you're
a
gonna get 'em.
contest? Is it between the two of us?
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
okay.
But there may be just a little challenge. We're not keeping score just to see who's going to get
So-
it for bragging rights.
Let's do this, Ben.
Yeah.
If you know, ding in.
Okay.
If we happen to slap it at the same time, then we got problems.
Here we go.
Ready? What is this about, anyway?
The 100 best nicknames in sports history.
I'll kick ass.
I'm not great with this one, but okay. All right, let's do
He's
it, Bill.
already making excuses over
Nicknames.
here, Smitty.
All right, we're going to start off with a couple of honorable mentions. Okay.
Are we doing all 100?
Who is known as the hefty lefty?
The hefty lefty. I'm going to take a guess.
Former Super Bowl champion New York Giant.
Hefty lefty.
Hefty lefty.
It wasn't Sean Lorenzen, was it?
It was Jared Lorenzen. Very good. My God, look at that, Ben.
How do you? What
Oh,
do you
you
mean the
beat the
hefty lefty? He's a football player.
You
I
beat
believe
the
he
smartest
played quarterback
man alive.
at Kentucky.
Oh, boy.
Big fat quarterback.
That's a
I
shitty
Can't
start.
believe I saw that.
And he didn't press the button.
I did press the button.
All right. Who's known as the Flash? Excuse me. Not the Flash. Flash.
Tom Gordon.
Tom Gordon.
Flash
Honorable
Gordon.
mention. Very
Yeah,
good.
Yeah. He also had a little habit of going down to the park after the games and,
Play for Chicago.
pulling
this
his
guy?
Lance Rensel out in the middle of.
Oh, is that what that Stephen King book was about?
It?
The girl who loved Tom Gordon or whatever
No,
it was called?
It.
All right. Who is known as the Hawk?
Kenny Harrelson.
Well, there's two of them. Two of them.
Go ahead.
Andre Dawson.
That is the correct answer, as well as.
Well, Ken Harrelson, I'm going to give it to
That's
him.
the
as a-
Hawk Harrelson.
That's right.
Well, I know.
But that's fair. Okay, we both got it.
You both got
That's
Congratulations
tie.
to both of
You
us.
get a half a point. I get a half a point. We cash them in at the end for.
They didn't list it here, but that's okay.
All right.
I want the stuffed animal.
Ready?
Yeah.
Larry Jones has a nickname.
Larry Jones.
Larry Jones.
Chipper.
You are correct. It is
damn it,
Chipper.
I forgot.
Ah, very good.
Chipper Jones.
Such an idiot.
Switch hit and third baseman for the Atlanta Braves, everybody.
All right. Here's,
Damn it.
Here's one that even I know, but
All right.
I'll give it to you anyway. I'll give you the first name, and you can tell me the rest. Ready? Anthony.
Penny Hardaway.
Bingo. That's it right there.
He's the human typographical error. His parents couldn't even do the birth certificate right.
Name two ball players
Anthony.
named Pudge.
In the north end of Boston, Anthony is.
Carlton Fisk and Ivan Rodriguez.
Let's see. Let's check. You are correct, Ben.
I have another guy named Pudge.
Okay.
He's down here. All right, go ahead.
Stupid ass.
All right, here we go. All right.
Some people call him Chubb.
What is Mookie Wilson's first name?
I don't know. Clarence. No, what is it?
William.
Well, that's
William
we're
Wilson.
backing into this thing. Everybody knows him as Mookie Wilson.
Terrible.
What about Darren Blaylock?
Mookie?
Very good, Ben.
Do you want to know what the original name of the band Pearl Jam was?
No, but Ben.
It was Mookie Blaylock.
What? Who knew?
Who cared?
Okay.
Yeah, me.
All right.
Only me.
Ready? Come on, get to the meat of this.
All right.
In other words, he's saying, stay away from basketball.
Yeah, but, well, Ben's climbing all over this shit with his Mookie and dinging and the
Mookie Betts.
Here we go. Hector Camacho.
Macho.
Macho.
Very good.
You dinged it, and I said
Fine,
it. So I
no
win.
more dinging.
Darryl Johnston is known as
Daryl Johnston.
Darryl Johnston.
Moose.
Very good, Ben.
I don't know who that
Look at
is.
that.
Fullback, Dallas Cowboys, 1990s.
There he is, right there. Yep.
I thought I would win this thing. Come on, give me some more. Rattle them off fast.
All right.
Fast.
Who's known as Mr. Hockey? Quick.
Gordie Howe.
That's very good. Okay.
I'm better when I work fast.
All right, next.
Go ahead.
Richard Allen Garces.
Oh, Rich Garces. That's El Guapo.
El Guapo.
That's
yeah.
very good.
I'm
Okay.
slow to the trigger over
There you
here.
go. Who's known as Hitman?
Bret Hart.
Thomas Hearns.
Thomas Hearns it is.
We both got that right because Bret the Hitman Hart.
It's a fake sport.
Who's known as the Wizard?
Ozzie Smith.
Very good. Ozzie Smith is correct.
Yeah, I'm not a bad wizard. I'm just a terrible person.
What's Oil Can Boyd's first name?
Dennis.
Very good.
Oh,
Okay.
you tied.
All right.
Yeah, I'm on drugs. Don't ask
Okay.
me no more.
The
That's my
Jet.
favorite moment from EEI history.
That's what they get for building a ballpark next to the ocean.
What?
Oh, the Jet.
There's a bunch of
That's
them.
Bobby Hull.
Nope. The Jet.
Well, there's Jason Terry.
Basketball.
Jason Terry.
A hint. Nope. Keep going.
Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith is correct.
I don't know.
Wow,
why-
Ben.
Even his parents didn't call him that.
Wow.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, we know Pac-Man.
Adam Jones.
Adam Jones. Correct.
He and speaking of Christian Arkin,
Who's known as the answer?
Allen Iverson.
That's right. All right. And, of course, Big Baby.
Glenn Davis.
Very good. Here we go.
I'm getting shut out over here.
Yeah, he went basketball. That's my wheelhouse now.
What was the nickname of Orlando Hernandez?
El Duque.
Very good.
El Duque. That reminds me. I gotta go to the men's room.
The smartest man alive.
I got to drop El Duque in the
Falling by the byway.
El Toiletto.
Who's known as Stretch?
Oh, McCovey. Willie McCovey.
Willie McCovey. Very
Nice.
good.
Nice one.
Thank I'm back in the game.
There we go. Okay, and what about Sweetness? What ball players?
Walter
know?
Payton.
Walter
Ah,
Payton.
you beat me, you son of a bitch.
Okay.
There's the quick and the dead in this business, Ben.
Rain Man.
Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp it is.
See, basketball.
You guys are pretty good at this, man.
He's got all the basketball names on it.
Who's known as the Admiral?
David Robinson.
David Robinson. Jeez. Number 50. Very good. Oh. Okay, we know the Rocket.
Rocket Richard. Maurice Richard.
Or Rahib Ishmael.
I'm looking at the face
Roger
of
Clemens.
Roger Clemens.
Roger
Like
Clemens.
that's one of the.
But he's the Rocket Man.
I
I
think
always thought it was the Rocket Roger Clemens. He's Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Well, the name of the book written by Peter Gammons is Rocket Man. And the Elton John song.
We were actually all right because Rahib Ishmael was Rocket Ishmael.
I'm so excited. I'm shooting a rocket right over here.
Who's AK-47?
Huh?
Andrei Kirilenko.
That's
I didn't
correct.
hear it because you were talking.
You were playing with yourself.
There's no one else here.
All right. Mitch Williams is no
Wild Thing.
You guys.
You make my heart sing.
The Little General.
Oh, Napoleon Bonaparte.
The Little General.
By the way, you know what Napoleon Bonaparte's middle name was?
What?
Torres. Napoleon Torres Bonaparte.
Oh.
Did you know that?
Oh.
Hold on.
I do know that. Why do? Hold on. It's Avery
there a prize
Avery
for
Johnson.
Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson.
The Little General. Avery Johnson. I don't know
Is
what-
Bill the Spaceman Lee on this list so I can get back into this?
What has happened to the smartest man alive?
You're not doing baseball from the 50s to 88.
Well, plus you're jumping in on them all.
Here we go. We're getting the last one here. Who is known as the Big Smooth? Big Smooth.
Let's think. Now, let's think for a second.
Plays for Dallas.
Johnny Holmes,
Number 44.
Ron Jeremy.
Sam Perkins.
I don't know.
Yes.
All right,
Sleepy Sam
quitting.
Perkins.
I'm quitting this game. I'm losing.
Well, that's
Sorry, I
it.
forgot
The
about
game is over anyway. That's it. So even the people at home could play passively when you ask questions.
Well,
like
that's
that.
a nice quiz, except I don't like to, in the future, could you do quizzes that I can win?
Well, you have told us many times that you are the smartest man alive.
You don't forget, I'm really high right now.
All right.
You think this is tobacco in here?
We'll give you a pass.
No. All right, so now, that's good, but I think I got a C on that, and I think Ben got a B minus.
Yeah.
But Smitty gets an A for pulling that off the internet.
Yeah, how about that?
That's pretty good. Now, if I could just cough.
Smitty always gets an A when he pulls things off.
That's right.
That's what she said. There's a couple things I want to mention. First of all, LeBron was really, this Elon Musk thing is huge.
Yeah.
Because everybody either loves it or hates him automatically. It's like, they're taking sides. They're making it political.
But they're scared of free speech. That's pretty
And
amazing.
he
how
just
they
came out. Maybe we should vote Republican this time. He's like kind of weird with that whole thing. But Valerie Bertinelli imitates him, right? Does a fake Twitter account as Elon Musk. Valerie Bertinelli, and then Whoopi Goldberg says, "I'm off Twitter."
Yeah, I
because
saw
she
it.
hates him. Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg. I got to say this: she's disgusting. She's gross. She's fat. I bet you she smells like a yak in heat. If you get within 5 feet of her,
Oh, man.
And she's disgusting. She's a giant, smelly, nasty woman. She is. You say, well, how do you know she smells? Well, you just look at her and you tell me that you can't tell that she stinks because she's so big and fat and gross.
Oh, God.
Right?
You know what gets me, though, is I guess
Seriously.
the network got fined $22 million. I think something she said about Kyle
Rittenhouse.
Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
And they get to keep their job after the company has to
she's
pay that money.
Plus, her opinions are all predictable and angry and nasty and vehement, and she's just a turd of a human being. And she's not funny. And I mean, she's not funny. If she was funny, if she did this stuff with comic relief, you'd say, well, okay, at least she's funny.
No, it's just anger.
She's not funny. Anyway, she goes off. I'm leaving Twitter. Well, who gives a shit? Leave Twitter. You think Elon Musk cares? If you leave Twitter, there's room for 4 or 5 new people.
Not sure that's how it works, but all right.
Get off it.
Do you think there's a weight limit on Twitter? Is that what you're saying?
No, but there's on her show, The View. I mean, there's only when she's on camera. There's only one thing you can view, and it's her because she's so giant, fat, and gross.
Oh man.
So anyway, I don't like her. Can you tell? The other one is Kathy Lee.
Hey, what happened to you?
Not Kathy Lee Gifford. Kathy Gifford. Kathy who's
Griffin.
Yeah, the comedian.
What
who's not
happened
funny.
to your anger streak?
I'm not angry. Do I seem angry?
It's election day. He's this is a one-day reprieve.
All right,
I'm just throwing this stuff out there.
Although I'm pretty sure the election's going to go your way.
So Kathy Griffin, I think she did that because she's starved for attention.
Oh my God, yes. But the fact is, she's not funny either.
Nope.
And she's gross too. She paints on red eyebrows to match her hair, which is dyed a fake color. She was on that. Remember when she was on the New Year's Eve shit with who was it? Anderson
Cooper. Yeah.
Oh my! How embarrassing was that whole thing?
They didn't think it was embarrassing.
For both of them. They sucked.
Didn't we have fun? Oh.
Anyway, they're all going off Twitter because they don't like Elon Musk. And Elon Musk is saying, yeah, so? I mean, if I'm him, I'm going, so whatever.
I don't care.
Yeah.
He's reorganizing, rearranging. He's not making it worse.
Meanwhile, I've noticed, though, that I have lost at least 100 followers. And I'm pretty sure it's all based on political things, I might say.
Might be.
Because I'm a centrist libertarian. I care about small government. I care about avoiding waste in the governmental process, right? I'm a centrist. I'm a social moderate. I'm a fiscal conservative, and the two don't always jive. But when it comes to spending taxpayer money, which they do at a ridiculous pace, and it's totally wasteful, I'm against that.
Uh-oh, Benny's going political.
No, I'm just saying, as a
Going
general
political.
thing and as an umbrella principle, I'm against waste in government. And guess what? This is what government does. They piss away the money, and then you don't have it when you need it. Well, how about our deficit? No, I'm not getting into the deficit.
Don't get started.
Okay. That's all I'm going to say politically on this election day.
Okay.
No matter what. Although I will say that there was a time when I thought Valerie Bertinelli was hot.
I think a lot of people did.
There was never a time when I thought Griffin, what's her name?
Kathy Griffin.
Hold on.
Kathy Griffin
Have you seen
or
Valerie
Whoopi
Bertinelli
was good.
recently?
She's fat.
Really fat.
I know.
Like her and Whoopi.
I'm kind of fat. I gotta go on a thing. Hey, can we get Awaken 180 as an advertiser? Then I'll do the program, and I'll look like the male model that I used to be.
I'll tell you something. I've seen Gresh do it. I've seen a couple of people at the radio station do it. It works.
It does work.
Yeah. Well, and Big Andy, who I worked with, he lost 100 and something pounds.
Like 150 pounds.
Works.
yeah.
It works quickly, and I didn't hear him going, "Oh man, I'm so hungry." It didn't happen.
Though I told you this, Gresh still sounds fat. When you hear Gresh's voice on the air, you picture a big fat guy, and it's because he talks like that because he was one.
Well,
for
here's
a
what
long
I'm saying.
time.
You know how they say that you never get a second chance to make a first impression? Mm-hmm. I think that's what happened. The first time you saw Gresh, he was a large man, and he sounded exactly the way he sounds now. But now he's lost all the weight. He's svelte. He's looking good. And he still
You know
sounds
what I've noticed
the
though?
same.
Like any of the guys that have gone on Awaken 180 and they've lost, like Andy, have
Yeah.
lost a tremendous. And
100
Dale
something.
lost a lot of weight too. They didn't have all that like excess skin you'd see some of these fatties or when they former fatties have. You know?
Yeah.
Where they jiggle their arms, it looks like they have wings.
That's so gross.
But that didn't happen. with
You
those
know what
guys.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can't. On this is podcast. We don't say gross things.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Watch yourself.
Come on, man.
Watch yourself, mister. Now, a couple of things. I saw Doug. This reminded me of I've had a history of having to guard professional guards. I'm not talking about the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. I'm talking about basketball guards. In my life, as a fat white guy who with no skills, I've had to guard some serious basketball players in my day. And I got to tell you that it is the epitome of humiliation when someone like me has to guard. Let me give you a list of who they are. Have you ever heard of Hall of Famer Earl the Pearl Monroe?
Black Jesus.
I had to guard him in an exhibition game. I used to go to these exhibition games where it was Marcus Haynes and the Magicians, and like the
Were you
Globetrotters.
armed at the time?
No, they're like they're like the Globetrotters. And Marcus Haynes is one of the greatest dribblers of all time. Make half court.
Was this the 80s?
80s, 90s?
90s?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, Marcus Haynes has been around forever. I
No,
met
I know,
Sugar Ray Robinson when he came to Manchester. I was 16 years old. Marcus Haynes brought in the Magicians, and his guest star was Sugar Ray Robinson, the boxer. And I had to go, but I played against them in these exhibitions, for charity and stuff like that, as a media member. And I had to guard Earl of Pearl Monroe. I had to guard Calvin Murphy.
Oh, God.
One time. He was like raining threes over me. Just blah, boom, bang. And I'm like, what the hell? How am I gonna defend that?
Little dude, too. Was he smaller than you?
5'8". Yeah.
You're what, 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'9". Yeah. He was unbelievable. Anyway, I had to guard. I did a piece in Hartford, Connecticut for Channel 3. Michael Adams against Michael Adams. Michael Adams from the Denver Nuggets, right? And the Washington Bullets. And he was a great guy. He's from Hartford. So he met me at a gym, local gym, at a high school or something like that, and he and I played one-on-one. It was the most hilarious. He scored every time he had the ball, and I scored none of the times I had the ball. It was tremendous. So I guard those three guys. You know who else I had to guard? Doug Flutie in a charity game.
He's a good basketball player.
Unbelievably good basketball player.
He's one of those guys. He's just good at every sport.
Yeah.
Every sport he's good at.
So I'm guarding him. Well, here's what happened. This was a tournament for who's the relief pitcher that they got? Heathcliff Slocum had a thing for breast cancer, or some of his wife or something. So they had all kinds of celebrities there. Steve Grogan was there, and Doug Flutie, Mark the Bird Fidrich, and all these baseball players. And it was a really good, it was held at Brandeis to raise money for breast cancer. So I'm out there on the court. Again, I get sweaty in about 14 seconds when I'm out there. And I'm running around trying to guard Doug Flutie. And then there's a loose ball, and Fidrich is going to grab it. I grab his leg. And the crowd was laughing, because he tried to get the ball, and I take his leg, and he falls down. It's like, we get down the other end of the court. Flutie's dribbling the ball. He's looking at me. He goes, I saw you grab Mark the Bird. I saw you grab the bird's leg. Like, he giving me this dirty look. I shrug. I go, yeah, so? And then he dribbles around me and scores, and then looks at me like, yeah, see? I'm like, yeah, so what? You're Doug Flutie, and I'm some schmuck. And he did a good job at that. But that was a...
Didn't you play one-on-one at Brandeis with Reggie Lewis?
No, not Reggie Lewis. I did. That's terrible. I did play one-on-one with Sherm
Feller.
No.
Sherman Douglas?
Sherm Feller, yeah. I got out there and he said, welcome to Fenway Park. No, it was Sherm Douglas. Yeah, I played against him. So I'm guarding all these point guards in my whole life, and I'm doing nothing but lose and looking like an asshole.
See, when you said you were guarding some of these
Guarding
ball
guards.
players,
They're all guards.
I thought you were like, you were armed, you had a
No,
uniform.
no.
Bodyguarding?
That wasn't necessary. People don't mess with me, with or without a gun.
Because they always just assume you have one.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you now. I'm checking off these things on a list. This is unbelievable. This podcast is going so well. I've covered everything, but I haven't covered the good folk. I did a bad thing on the weekend.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
I lost all my bets.
Oh, no.
So is that why you
I did.
had that whimpering sound when I
Man,
call you?
Take the under on Patriots games.
That's terrible.
But never mind that. It was the Green Bay Packers suck.
Yeah,
Dude, they suck. And who thought the Chiefs weren't going to cover? I mean, I'm just having some bad luck, but you can change all that by doing things right for a change. And this year's been difficult with the NFL.
Yeah, it is. A bad NFL year.
If you're paying attention, though, you might be able to deduce. And I would say stick with one or two games. Don't do these 14 parlays like I try to do. I try to hit the jackpot every time. But BetOnline is your number one source for all your sports betting needs. And you want to go out and fix what you did wrong. And basketball, of course, is in full swing. Football's in full swing. Baseball's over, yeah, but there's hockey. And Bruins are a pretty good bet this year.
Very good bet.
You're going to find the latest odds, the team matchups, and the player news and the game trends at betonline.ag. BetOnline, it's your information source. It's your place to go to bet. And guess what? They'll offer you a very special offer, which is your introductory offer. Those of you that kind of say, should I do this? Here's a way to say, yeah, you should. Whatever you put down in your betting account, whatever you deposit with betonline.ag, they give you a 50% bonus over and above that, which covers a few of your bad decisions. betonline.ag, go on there and use the promo code CLNS50. CLNS50. And you'll get a 50% bonus. That's what smart people like me do because they know there's probably going to be a time when they make a bad decision. So get ahead of yourself. CLNS50, betonline.ag, and do it today.
That was very good.
That's a commercial. Yeah. I lost a crown. I have a crown. I had a crown, a very back tooth molar, way in the back.
Yeah. How'd that happen? Did you get hit or something?
Here's what happened. You know Halloween was last week, right?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah. I took the candy out. You know those 100 grand candy bars?
I love those.
They're good, but they're so chewy and sticky. And so I'm chewing one, watching TV last night. All of a sudden, I crunch into it. It had pulled the crown off the back molar, and I bit down on it. I'm like, what the hell?
So you had to dig it out of the nougat?
I had to dig it out of the... No, there wasn't any nougat in it. But there was caramel and, chocolate. And yes, I had to dig it out. I had to bring it into the bathroom.
Wash it off.
Wash it off with hot water, and then take my toothbrush and brush the thing. I've never brushed my teeth while they weren't in my head. Yeah. And here I am doing that, because I could save this cap,
Yeah.
Have the the dentist snap it back on there.
Super glue it
I'm
right in
done
there.
with the 100 grand candy bars, and they taste good, but fuck them. I'm not going to lose a crown every time I get a
That's
little...
too bad. man.
Oh, it was a terrible experience for me. Jeez, I was so upset. As you can tell, I still am.
100 grand's top 10 candy bar.
Nah, they don't sell, though.
They don't.
You know why? People lose
to
their
me,
teeth.
Delicious.
People, you lose one tooth, you're off them for good. Believe me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Unbelievable. 100 grand candy bar. Now it's 101 grand. I'm going to have that tooth repair. 100 grand, 101 grand. So I had some Lyft rides that were...
Jesus. What did you smoke?
I know, man.
I had some Lyft rides that were worth mentioning that were just from hell.
Did you say lift rides?
Yes.
On the road again.
I can't wait to get on the... Anyone to listen in Russia.
Is that only because they don't like Willie Nelson?
That's what started it.
Oops, sorry. Anyone who doesn't like Willie Nelson can take a flying fuck at the moon and charge it to me, because Willie Nelson's a wonderful human being.
You have that kind of money?
Take a flying fuck at the moon and charge it to me. Is that harsh?
Did you win Powerball?
You didn't hear?
No.
By the way, I'm giving my notice.
Bill, what do you want to do on the show next week? Want to just quiz each other?
Well, yeah,
So-
that's it.
So I'm in this Lyft vehicle the other day, and again, I go through these periods of time now. I say I can't Lyft drive for a few days. I just need to get away from these assholes and not do this. So I
you're
take
saying that some of these riders are not like
no, they're assholes.
happy
Some of them.
people.
So I put it away for 3 days. Then I come back. I say, all fresh. Okay, I'm okay. I can go out there and do 5-6 rides today and not hate everyone. But I do hate some people anyway.
Oh.
Let me tell you about some of them. A couple of them. I pick up these two Brazilian ladies. They were in Marlborough or something. I don't know where they were.
They were in Framingham.
They were going to Framingham, of course.
Okay.
Of course. By the way, your old hometown.
I love it.
It's like Rio de Janeiro, except worse.
I think it's awesome.
It's all Brazilians.
such
I mean, not that that's a
good-looking
bad thing. It's just that you can't find any normal non-Brazilians. You can't. They're not there. Anyway,
Well, no, they live north of Route 9.
so I take these two Brazilian ladies, and I don't speak Portuguese. I speak Espanol, pero I no hablo Portugués. Okay, so they're talking and they're laughing and they're in the back seat and they're having a good old time. And I'm driving them to Framingham, and I knew where I was going because when you take someone to Framingham and they're Brazilian, they're all going to the same corner of Framingham, the Waverly Avenue.
deal with the train.
Waverly Avenue with the trains,
Yeah.
and so it's gonna take you to go 9 miles. It's gonna take you 35 minutes, no matter what. And if you're lucky, you get through the train thing without any problems. But you sometimes sit there 10 minutes.
I've been in that traffic, and I envisioned what would it take to build a ramp that could go over the train or a tunnel that
yes.
goes under.
I'm going to call the mayor of Framingham and say, and I'm going to be nice about it. I'm going to see what the fuck's wrong with you.
Yeah.
and fix that shit, because no matter which direction you're going, Waverly, Route 135, you're crossing over. There's a Shell station, McDonald's, there's trains. It's like you can't get through it, and I hated that. So I was really pissed off.
Man.
And then there was a truck came out of one of the parking lots, one of those big long trucks that they have all the like. It wasn't Market Basket, but it's the trucks that bring big shipments, blocking both lanes so that no one could go when the light changed because this truck was blocked. I was so pissed off, and these ladies knew it, and I was swearing, and I figured they don't understand because they speak.
Oh, no, they understand.
You think so?
Yes.
I wish I'd known that. I would have done more of it.
I went to school with Brazilians from
the
age of 5 to 18.
By the way, and
They know.
Brazilian. I've had no problem. They're nice people. They're nice to me.
They're awesome.
But I got to tell you this. So it's not about them. It's about the town has totally changed. It's a completely different town now. It's like little Brazil.
It's always been that way.
Yeah, it's different now. Have you been back there lately?
It's been a little while, but I mean, even me growing up, like I can go back to like the '94 World Cup when Brazil won in the United States.
94?
Yeah, and
That's 30 years ago.
well, I know you just said now, and I'm saying it's always been that way, so I'm giving you a reference from 30 years ago, and then I'll expand on it maybe.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now that it's worse. I mean,
Okay,
it's
never
more,
mind.
It's more Brazilian than it was then.
My bad.
This coming from a Lyft driver, a professional man
That
making
is
a
true.
professional observation.
No one knows demographics better than a Lyft driver.
Bingo.
I know where they all live and what country they're from, and it's great.
You weren't one of those 700 people that Lyft laid off, were you?
No, hell no. I'm a 5-star
I was
rating.
going to say a 5-star rating that you've mentioned
People
several
request
times.
me to pick them up. So I'm on Route 9, right? I'm driving. This is another Lyft ride, separate Lyft ride. I'm driving along, and there's the guy in front of me was going kind of slow, so I'm going to cut back in the left lane and pass him and go around. So I make a very safe pass into the left lane, but there was a guy in one of those the gray van school buses, the small ones.
Now you're driving the Marquis.
I'm driving the Grand Marquis, yeah, so don't fuck with me.
That's right.
And I pull into the left lane. And there was ample space for me to do that, but he got pissed off and got on my ass. Lays on the horn. So my natural reaction to that was what I did. I rolled down the window. I stuck my hand fully out the window with my finger extended for about a minute while he's behind me the whole way.
How many bullet holes are in the back window?
He's right on my ass now because I'm giving him the finger.
Right.
He tried to get in front of me, like cut me off or whatever. Finally, he gets in front of me and he's putting his brakes on, like playing. What are you gonna do? And he doesn't know that under my seat, I got a 9mm fully loaded, ready to blow a hole in the guy.
Did you just admit on this show that you were ready to shoot up a school bus?
No, the driver.
My God.
Who was driving the school bus?
But there's no kids on it. It was empty.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what do you think I'm going to? You think I'm going to give the finger to a bus
Yes,
full of
I
school
think
kids?
you would.
No, I wouldn't. It was the guy. He was an asshole. Plus, he wouldn't be driving like that if he had kids on board. He wouldn't be. He was driving like an asshole.
Oh.
So I don't know where he lives, but if I ever see him again, he's got troubles. He's got
With a capital T?
And that rhymes with P, and that stands for pussy. Got that off my chest, huh?
So Mike Adams, our host,
So
and we
my-
do have a
my
Gmail address if you'd like to contact the show. It's planetmikeypodcast
What
at
is it?
gmail.com.
I'm getting stuff off my chest.
I hear you.
Now I'm going to tell you about this final one, this Northborough lady.
I want to
pick her
read
up-
the comments. That's what I want to
She was getting her car, dropping off her car to be serviced, and I picked her up to take her home because that happens a lot. People take Lyft cars from there. So I pick her up. She gets in. She was a little bit brusque, but not too bad. She gets in. Some people don't like to talk, so I got the radio on playing. I'm driving her to Northborough, and we get near to her destination, and she says, I said, wow, I didn't know these roads were back here. I was kind of trying to make conversation. She goes, do you mind hurrying? My daughter's waiting for me, and she just called. Do you mind hurrying? Yeah, you want me to speed up your hill and up your driveway and drop you off in front of your house after, and make you. So I started going fast. Real fast.
You're such a shit.
Well, she said, do you mind hurrying? Okay. Do you mind shutting the fuck up?
Hold on. Now, was the Grand Marquis rocking back and
Well,
forth?
I
and
was
she's
moving.
hanging on to the...
I was moving. I go to drive up to her driveway, up to the top of the. She goes, okay, thank you. I go, you're so welcome.
Oh, man.
I mean, she was a nasty fuck. What, did you mind hurrying? You could tell me to break the law. So what? So you can get home 14 seconds earlier?
Well, see that? Some people look
Because
at you like
she
you're,
left her kid alone.
Yeah.
you're the hired help. That's it.
Stupid.
You're the asshole because
Stupid.
she sucks.
God, ding it.
Oh.
Second, a bing and a bung and a bung. Now, how much time we got? How long we've gone for?
49 gruesome minutes.
Seriously?
Yes.
All right. Well, then I will wait. I will gruesome.
That's right.
I had this whole thing. I was going to talk, and maybe you guys can research this for me
this
for
has
next
been
week.
painful.
Like you didn't do with Facing Nolan. You didn't watch Facing Nolan.
I did.
Did you?
We were on the
Smitty?
phone
No.
together when I watched
I
it.
have not.
Wasn't it great?
It was really good.
What's the matter, Smitty?
I don't know.
It's on Netflix. Facing Nolan.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
It's not that long.
I'm
Come on,
shamed now.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Keep up, Smitty. Come on.
Did I mention?
Just I thought the most amazing thing about the Facing Nolan, particularly at the beginning when they're showing pictures of him in high school, and he was 6'1", 145 pounds.
Wow.
Yet he was throwing 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's Nolan Ryan.
That isn't 6'1", 145 pounds. I'm skinny.
Ted Williams was skinny too. You know, a lot of these guys. It's not about the bulk on the the muscle on the bones. It's about the bones under the muscle.
No, but I'm the same,
that
same
means.
height, but 50 pounds heavier than him.
But wasn't that the greatest documentary on a baseball guy you've ever seen? I
All right,
mean,
I'll
wasn't
watch
it great?
it. I'll
Yeah, it was
watch
good.
it.
I really liked it.
Yeah, but Smitty, don't say you're going to watch it and then go within 5 months from now. We're saying, did you watch it? No, it's like what he did with
Yeah.
Tatiana.
Don't
You know,
Tatiana
do that.
this, all right?
Don't
Yeah.
do a Ben. Is that what you're
Watch
saying?
the thing.
Don't
and
Tatiana this.
I promise you'll be glad you watched it. And it's not boring. It's fun, and it's a good thing. And he's the most amazing guy, Nolan Ryan.
All right, I'll watch it.
Facing Nolan on Netflix.
Said I'll watch it, damn
But
it.
so next week, I'm going to come at you guys with the life story of Edgar Buchanan. Do you know who he was?
Yes. You know who's got a story about Edgar Buchanan is Dana Hersey.
He does?
Dana Hersey used to do these junkets. He would go out to Hollywood
Yeah.
and talk to all of these movie stars that are in certain movies.
Yeah.
And,
Uncle Joe.
And he has a story about about that guy. He's not happy with him. He's,
He didn't like Edgar
very
Buchanan.
well. No, Edgar Buchanan was just, I guess, a prick.
Was he? Was
Yeah.
he gruff?
And Dana, Dana does
he
a
was a
great
dentist
job.
before he became an actor.
Really?
Yeah, and he didn't become an actor till he was in his first movie till he was 36 years old.
Wow.
Edgar
So
Buchanan.
you're saying there's still a chance for me.
We're going to talk about Edgar Buchanan next week, and it's going to be great.
Edgar Buchanan.
Edgar Buchanan. Hey,
I've never heard of this guy.
You ever watch Petticoat Junction?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. I got him mixed up with somebody else.
Well, who'd you get him mixed?
Edgar Buchanan. As soon as we,
Edgar Rice Burroughs?
No, as soon as you did the voice, I said, "Oh shit, that's that guy, Edgar Buchanan." Okay, never mind.
He was Uncle Joe on Petticoat Junction.
Yep, and he talked like this.
Did you make them
Uncle
muffins yet?
Joe on Green Acres.
That's the same.
I'm
shit.
thinking Brimley.
Uncle Joe. Yeah, Petticoat Junction.
Ed Brimley.
And the song was
Winfred Brimley.
the
That's
song
Wilfred Brimley.
Wilfred. That's
That's
the
what
guy that Dana had.
Oh,
a
he
problem.
was a prick. Okay.
You got that
I just
diabetes.
want to make that clear.
You hear Imos's thing on Wilfred Brimley?
No.
It's one of the great radio bits ever. That's Wilfred Brimley. I was on the Imus show. You know, when I get lonely, I like to put my penis inside a mailing tube of steaming hot. What do you call it? Oatmeal? What was the oatmeal he used to
He
have?
said this on the air.
All right, so now.
Jesus, how many times did this guy fucking play an uncle?
Okay, well, here's the thing. You know, the thing about Edgar Buchanan, and we don't want to get into it now. We don't want to ruin it for next week.
Okay.
Okay.
He was on every show.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
He was in every Western movie, and he was on every TV show as somebody. We're gonna discuss it next week, but we don't have time right now because we're over 50 minutes right now, right?
Jeez, I know.
Aren't we?
Told you, gruesome.
The gruesome twosome.
That's right. Horrible to listen to and made you feel bad.
Well, let's get out of here then, and let's get out of here while the getting's good.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week, but we leave you with our musical feature. This time it's special. It's special. I promise you. It's special. Ready? This is special. You ready? Fuck it. You know, the day destroys the night, and the night divides the day. Tried to run, tried to hide, break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side, yeah. We chased our pleasures here. We dug our treasures there, Joe. But you still recall the time we cried, break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Yeah! Well, come on, yeah! You know, I think, Joe, this is a song about busting a cherry or something. It's called the Hyman Troop. Everybody loves my baby. Loves my baby at Shaw's. Everybody loves my baby at Shaw's. She get high. She get high. What does this mean, Trope? She get high, Joe. She get high. You know, weed. I found an island in your arms. A country in your eyes. Arms that chain us, eyes that lie. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Break on through. Oh! Oh, yeah! A drug song. Made the scene week to week, day to day, hour to hour. The gate is straight. It's deep and wide. Break on through to the other side, Troop. Break on through to the other side, Joe. Break on through. Break on through. Break on through. Break on through. Yeah, 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 yeah.